Anyway, can I just tell you, before we move on, can I just tell you one of the funniest work stories that ever happened to me that I've completely forgot to tell you, and it came to me a week or so ago because I was in the Sainsbury's and someone came over the PA thing and messed it up, and it just made me laugh. I just said something stupid. And it reminded me of this time when I worked at Safeway. I told you I worked at Safeway, right? So this is like in the late 90s. And we were just Saturday boys. And so we were, we just, didn't really care that much. Anyway, so we're out in the warehouse. And what happened? Have you ever worked at a supermarket?
I've worked in a warehouse at a supermarket, yeah. For a supermarket,
so
but I've never worked in a
they have
supermarket.
like a phone system, which is like an actual phone. You pick it up, press the star button, and it did the tannoy.
Yeah.
That's basically what happens, right? So for those people who listening who haven't worked in the supermarket, it's like a phone on the wall, like an old-fashioned phone. You picked it up, pressed the star button in this case. I mean, you could probably press another button or whatever. And it would go ding, ding, and then the PA would go all around the shop. And this shop was massive. It was like a 35-aisle supermarket, right? It was massive. And we were out in the warehouse, me and this guy called Stuart I used to work with. And there was another guy there called Andy, this old Scottish guy, who did the trolleys, right? So sometimes he would take the trolleys back round through the warehouse, through the shop, and then into the car park so people could use them again. He was a really good lad. He was just older, and that was like his lot in life, and he was fine with it. But he was quite a funny bloke. Anyway, we got really bored on this Saturday once, so we were basically, the idea we had was to say to Andy, this guy, ask him a question, and then Stuart with the phone behind him would take the phone off the hook, press the star button. And then Andy would say something like random and it would go around the shop, right? So we had this idea that, so we set it up so that Stuart had the phone ready. And I said to Andy, what's your favourite food, right? Expecting him to say like fucking pie and chips or whatever. And so it would come over, ding, ding, pie and chips. Yeah, it'd be funny, right? But the problem was, right, when we did it, he's obviously a bit of a character. I said to him, Andy, what's your favourite food? And he just went, a great big juicy fanny.
Yes.
And it rang around the store, right? Fucking hell. We absolutely shit ourselves, right? Hung the phone up, legged it to the little work staff canteen thing, pretended we were on break so it couldn't have been us. And we could just see the store manager like stomping around trying to find out who did it. But it was Andy's voice, so I felt bad about it because it was Andy, obviously.
Right. Yeah, but you can't blame Andy. Could just flat back away and start going, it's another Scottish person. I mean, would that be out of character for Andy to suddenly just go
he wasn't. Listen, I don't want to be rude about the guy. He was lovely. He was not trusted with the in-store PA system, so his voice should not have been on that. Anyway, so the long story short is that I might have told a bridge version of this thing before, but that was I forgot about that incident entirely. That was like the third incident where it meant that I actually then got moved onto car park.
Right, outside where you can shout as loud as you want out there.
I negotiated for like 3 months to get a radio in there.
Right.
And they gave me one eventually.
Right.
A little clock radio.
When I used to work in Tesco order picking in a refrigerated factory, just getting all the order picking, getting all of the stock from the main sort of like distribution centre and putting it in cages, and then it goes on the lorry and they get sent to the shops. They had a strong rule that you could not have headphones in. And back then, headphones, and because they just had a lot of machinery, a lot of like forklift trucks floating around, and yeah, it was just like a big rule on that. But coupled with the fact that they insist on playing fucking Leicester Sound 24/7, so it was just like fucking Gabrielle. So much Gabrielle. Hang on a minute.
What, Out of Reach? Her cover of Dionne Warwick's Walk On By? Dreams?
No, I would have been
three great tunes there.
Dreams was good. The Dionne Warwick one was good. The other one wasn't so good. I can't. Out of Reach.
Yeah, that's it. Lovely. It's an easy listening classic.
Awful. So, yeah, but if you hear it like once an hour, like I don't know what was happening at Leicester Sound. I don't know who owned it. Was it the Galaxy Network?
Pete, that was that commercial radio era where they had data that said that people only listened for like 45 minutes at a time, right? So
so make it really unlistenable to anyone who listens over that.
Yeah, because
really build your hours, dickheads. Yeah, good God.
Yeah.